Oh, so peaceful and serene are the grounds of Fountains Abbey. Believe you me, we haven't entered in yet. We're just having a look at one of the entrance gateways and cottages. And this is a little weir. And part of this river serves the old mill in Fountains Abbey. Now, this is a large manor house within the Abbey grounds, just inside the entrance gate that we went through. The place is in care of the National Trust, and although this is a very quick look inside this building, you're only allowed in one room because the rest of the rooms are holiday lettings. Okay. This is a shot of a picture hanging on the wall in that room, and here's another one. We shall actually see these as we're walking round the grounds. Fountains Abbey is a World Heritage Site. In 1132, 13 monks came to this secluded valley to start a new religious life, and over the next 400 years the abbey they founded became one of the richest in Europe. The abbey was dissolved on Henry VIII's orders, but the mill building survived. What you see today is the remains of a building which has been standing for some 800 years. Most outstanding of the abbey is the tower and the vaulted ceilings. Before we actually go close up to the abbey, just a quick look around the mill. There's not a lot in the mill, and we sort of caught the end of a audio visual show. I think when we get to the abbey, that was very, very much better.
The early days of Fountains Abbey. I recall how we welcomed our ship there when we were young. First, we built wooden shelters like the great elm tree on the riverbank. Then, we built in stone. All was for the glory of God. Our bodies laboured as freely given, to provide just enough cover to see us through the war winter. We never far to prayer and worship.
To be honest, I found it very difficult to understand what he was saying, even while we were recording it, let alone now I've got home and playing it back. But there's sacks representing what was actually milled in this mill building.
I saw all our work go to waste in flames. Our house of God burned down.
Well, the house of God being burnt down, of course, was Henry, who dissolved this monastery. Here is a restored water wheel. Because of health and safety, it is so encased that it's very difficult to film, but it is actually worked by the water from the mill stream. And this is where we caught the end of a picture show. Now we're going to take a look around the Abbey. A lot of it, of course, has gone years and years ago, but what remained has been very well restored. The birds like it anyway. Well, as we look back at the Abbey, we're in the park, and in the park lies Studley Royal, which is a spectacular water garden created in the 1700s by the Aylesbury family, who later bought the Abbey ruins, and that's how come it's all been kept restored. A bit late with my commentary there. Going back to that bridge with the weir, that was called the Rustic Bridge, and it was built in 1730. And we're climbing way up high now on some steep hillside, and this is called Spectacular View or Abbey View. I think this is the first view we got, and here is the second one, which is taken from a stone shelter on the hillside. This is the 18th century Temple of Fame, built from wood and plaster. And here is the Octagon Tower, which was built in 1735. And this is a view taken from the front of the tower. And the Serpentine Tunnel is a passage beneath the tower, which allowed the passage of carriages in the 18th century. Dark, isn't it? There you go. But it's not all bumpy in here.
It is.
I hope it's not a big hole to fall down.
There we go.
Now this, very steep going downhill.
Yeah, now fast.
And at the bottom of the passage we come back out for these lovely views of the lakes and the statues. And we're swinging right round now for a grand view, if I can hold the camera steady, to finish up on the Temple of Piety, which was built in 1745, and this overlooks Moon Pond. And what you're about to see now is the Cascade and Stepping Stones, which brings us very close to our final port of call, virtually anyway, and that is St Mary's Church. And there was a porter's or a gateman's lodge, and deer grazing quite naturally in the meadow, one of them keeping a beady eye on me. And we're right near to the church now, which is a Victorian masterpiece with richly decorated interior and exceptional stained glass. What a beautiful masterpiece, that Victorian church. Into the sunshine again, and cowslips adorn the field leading to the banqueting house, once used in the 18th century for refreshment and entertaining. And that is the temple overlooking Moon Pond from another angle, because we're on our way back to where we began, and we shall close this visit to Fountains Abbey with another look at the Abbey itself. Hope you've enjoyed this visit. We're off to other places, so don't go away.